So suddenly, forgive me, like I were telling to you, manipulated my cell phone, were with the SIM, I just removed it, and 55 megabytes encoded my video without nothing to happen except that it generates right outside, and making the riot of disasters and murdering people and destroying and attacking people because if I were talking about them. Perros degenerados K y todo perro degenerado de Sodoma y Gomorra. Now, at the reality of this, like I was saying to you, playing this degenerados evangelistas, so suddenly started happening, like you already know, the plan. And came the Second World War, and came again what it were the natural people living and making migration and trying to protecting themselves from the disaster, and while and through the Generados Ejército Argentino coming to Nazism for the making the and all through started to tell me the Christianism of Alberotia, if you won't forget, and Roswat, which were Nazi. From there on, started to make the and all through making exactly the same. Now, well past by the time 1968, I've been birthed. September 7th, and supposedly never happened. Supposedly it would be a lie, and I wouldn't be birthed then, and I wouldn't exist. And also being switched by aliens, and also being an experiment by Ejército Argentino and the masonry of Maricas Degenerados, forgive me again the word, saying that I will be just something off of control that they will ever have to control in the main. Now, all through this, and for the putting it clear, while Perros Degenerados says that they have to defending the name of Ejército Argentino, which are Perros de Cuarta, just like them, at the reality of these whole disasters, and what happens, comes still certain other situations. And around these other situations comes exactly that after I've been birthed, brujos de mierda, de López Rega, Gartieri, already existing, and El Degenerado Martínez de Oz, perro sodomita pedófilo, like López Rega, and like the whole of the rest, about to make the clear that the Sirrovespat and Saint Peron were right. And were another pedophilic that generate criminal genocider, suicider, and Nazi, degenerado sodomaki, just like their soul. El General Perón, General del Infierno de la Perrada Oportunista, just like this prostitutes and the generation Jews, siders and genociders and degenerados, Kirchners, everyone. And sorry for certain victims. Now, at the reality of this, and sorry for being rude on the terms, but it's exactly the point. I am sick of them. And it's exactly what they produce every day in worse than this terms. At the clear of these problems and situations came, like you already know, I have been at the suburban in this disgusting land near of this goddamn town, address, and at my 5, Mario Gregorio Blanco just passed away in 1973 because of he had an ABZ. And at the reality he were working and he just passed away because of he were not cared. And mom just got widowed and raised us, the 3 girls older than I and to me, herself working as domestic employed, cleaning at families' houses. So, in the middle of these disasters, started happening all the class of things. And the other class of things were very disasters in the whole of the senses and realities which demanded the attention of López Rega, Martínez de Oz, and Matera. And also there were Romsmin, which were not the real name, but Roseberger, right behind it. In Argentina permanently, never left. So, at the reality of this, when were happening these disasters, Nazi land, Sodoma land, kept on making the same, saying that they will defeat me at the way of them ancestors still will ever show them they do. And you see them today still, below rich Sodoma and Gomorrah, them ancestors. So, all through this, playing the superior and the supreme caste, this clase de degenerados y abominables, which everyone are forever, In the middle of the disasters, happened the clever and came and erupted inside of the place with the excuse, like always done, making up a glass of a shit for the taking established contact, tether around, cast about whatever this to be, and taking an opportunistic moment for the word to them. So in the middle of this reality, supposedly Gonzalo Blanco, an uncle, Sabti brother of Mario Gregorio Blanco, son of Avelina Costa de Blanco and Eladio Blanco, Spain woman and Spain man, with Sephardi root, with not knowing no one of them, and with the whole of the clever of the supposedly will be subversive and activist for subversive and making damages to the military government and syndicalist unions. So suddenly in the middle of this all, he already passed away for about then 2 years around because of he had metastasis. So in the middle of this all, they were aware about that because of where the whole of the case certificated over the civil registration and RENAPER, then Registro Nacional de las Personas, Argentina, because of the submitting were done and buried in La Chacarita. So suddenly always does the same, this perra cría degenerada sodomita, and never done no difference. And seeking for, which is said that something is in that house that we shall ever see. From there on, called Evangelicos of Swiss and France, the ones that you already know, with the terms now of babillons, which Mr. President in France said, get the hell out and don't you care to do nothing else. Which always were carnivals, crudos, anaconda springs, cabreras, and the whole associated degenerates like them, saying that I will be a demon and they will make a prayer on me and start the legacy of the degeneration, and this started to make the threats that they were doing permanently and never stopped doing. So suddenly the destructions about caused at my person and our people were exactly this, lacra de mierda, Babylonia, Sodom and Gomorrah, which all of this together are, except for some victims, and I'm sorry for that quote, of shit. And not that victims gotta be shit, but understand the situation. Forgive my violence, I'm feeling terrible. Now, the reality is, all through these times, I was just suffering until the night to ever be mercy. The whole of the world were spreading the I came. And everyone expecting the moment for Ejército de Maricas Argentinos, sorry in the word, to making the step forwarding for the and always extortioning that I had to come, even being a kid, to a ladon that you will have and receive now, again, evidences for, but my person, that I had to come and offering myself and God giving in me for they to rejoice themselves over boners at my person, for they to sacrifice me and they to become because of they deserve that, said. So all through this, I were dealing with the death all of my life, and I were not conscious since, until the night woke me and brought me back, and you know I am and I am not. Lie, and if I will be a lie, I will not remain until today. And nothing on the symptomatic and the reality that is shown in front of the world will never happen. Like now, still taking protein of my genetics with the DDIC, perros de Sodoma y Gomorra, Kirchners especialmente, milicos argentinos, perros de cuarta, y todo perrazo degenerado, Gendarmería Nacional, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, Policía Federal Argentina, Policía Metropolitana, Policía Bonaerense, and all perro de cuarta, UNASUR, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, Armada Argentina, Cuerpo Médico Forense, so they're making the business, except for few. Now, at the real of this, for the putting in clear, and I'm going to put them on death, still remains the same generations and still remains the same freak race and shit all around, and they never changed, and they won't. And the clear fact of this, supposedly Mauricio Macri wouldn't be Mauricio Macri, were free, ready with a very bad static surgery for the replacing, well, there will be rape and murder because of Christina Kirchner said, we are not living, we command here and everywhere. Kirchners are exactly the class of an abomination that we got to understand. This lacra reventada, masa de degenerados y criminales psicópatas, this E.RIVLIN, willing for whatever and however, won't stop until they do die. And it's exactly what happens. Telling you how I should ever become this. There were the time over we're walking through Avenida Rivadavia, where Caballito, Primera Junta, Buenos Aires, and I just crossed one Peugeot 205 with a plaque Bikletin, Revesmatlin, Kavachligamas, Patlingama, Tokmas. And it were at Leki Ravetbachman Sebaklasivin, Galafam, right afternoon. And the tarrito degenerado that crossed me by done this to me, and I never knew the son of a snake, not even what we're doing, and one sick bedlisten Rabesbachlachim right beside Sire. Now, whenever I saw that, I understood I had the animal Vantrevi Bachlachamatzin enemy, and I never recognized and I never knew or understand nothing. And we're one of those Kirchners that we see today making pointer social help for them communities, making the cleresim and saying, go to this witch, go to this evangelic, tell them to give you the genetic of this, you're going to be great. Which DNI 23,814,705 still remains on the same name for now. To cover, surely it's going to seek another identity for Sodom and Gomorrah, Policía Federal Argentina, Ejército Argentino, and every perro degenerado, just of them, like them. And the reality of this, the car was switched by the family Rodenberg of Elena Rodenberg, which used to be a very Bora, 2008. And said that deserved because of he were the one to work, like the rest of maricas de reventada mierda, sorry the word again, Kirchners, except for few stupids and victims, are all the same, but those. So in the middle of this reality happens the clear fact of the clear refechmin sabak legi amber ramasin, betten sirres potladis fasem. And this, all Kirchners aggruppated with the ones of Al-Balon, saying, we are the balls that he murdered in the times of Lucky Victor Rebesi and our queen. Yes, all that we have here, Christina Kirchner, we're reigning, and he sent us to kill, and we were in the hell, and we don't want to go back, and this one is going to know about us. We're going to revenge. And on the list that Marie, and not Mary, Marine, has, and still under trials for less humanity, which the remaining, which were causing rapes, murders, robberies, forgeries, destructions, and organizing the generates all over, making abominations just like hell itself. And the story on this is no one were ever nobel, but came to be known. Enfermedad degenerada asada, and our legends, Argentina. Forever. Now the reality of these liars that generates opportunistic abominable freaks, Kirchner's all, except for the cult of victims, are exactly the clever effect Sametin. He, Nestor Kirchner, Máximo Kirchner, Aníbal Fernández, Alberto Fernández, Edgardo Rumud, Pablo Coster, with false names, organized and centralized with Christina Kirchner, Alicia Kirchner, and Mariela Rometa, the whole of the degenerations that we suffer all around, with the whole of the criminals and degenerates saying for the patriot, saying head rights, that they will serve in response to the patriot whatever request meant and needed to be necessary for they to keep the supposed democrats and supposed empire of them and supposed government for that to happen because of they were so convinced that Argentina needed some respect lessons and evangelics will support, which prostitutas babilónicas have done, and making business with it, and about my person. So all through this, we're making the staging of Argentina should ever need a classes of respect and really lessons for respect and lessons for placing and growing and made an abomination all over with the what should they also turn to saying this comunidades de degenerados y abominables perros infernales, all Jewish are son of a everyone can be killed, and we know that this is true, and he himself says, and also quote around all of this because of we deserve it. The whole. And saying that they have rights to keeping our lives and being whoever they want, and to possessing which is ours, our patrimonies, our lives, our bodies, are the way they says have to do. Saying that they are patriotic that way. And are organizing they themselves permanently, all Kirchners, like today I said, I crossed by in Fernandez Street. Near here, almost Ramon Falcon, one will be for 140 meters away, that I go walking to the getting Ramon Falcon, the most of the times walking to, while dealing with perros degenerados, penitenciaria, el Olimpo, la masturbanda de Calma Sabaram, sorry the word, degenerados hijos de perra, like I just crossed, like are saying to our people, la está chupando, maricas degenerados, sorry the word. In the middle of the reality of the clear Ramatlech Masech Libishpot la Kahraman Halavam, Imbo Plebes Vetlikir Rabefech la Chabat Sebo Plebesirim. In Shleki Rabefech la Chamatzem, and keeps on making the same all, everyone. And all through this, organizing the whole of the shit like them, which are shit, and so thuggy, violent, genocidal, criminal, psychopath, biggest of the whole of the shit, Kirchners with them Unasur, that were exactly the credo of this abomination, saying that they had rights to be me and to possessing me, with them evangelics degenerados, the same class and the same joint, like them, for the making what they've done to me, inside armed forces, that they've taken places, saying that they had rights to take my life, that they will take in positions about they will ever be me and take my place. And saying, you cannot say that it's not true, we're not doing everything that he says you've done, don't you see? I'm going to give you evidences on this, but objectively, Rolag can show you much better, if you want. Now at the reality of the soul, and for sure, saying that I had been forbidden for institutionalized, and rights for the making anything, and having no rights for no justice, no land, no elements, for they having the opportunistic shit like, nothing else is allowed for this one to do and this one to go. The reason why we're coming to denounce, they have done it all, and you can accept it because of weaker men otherwise. And while and through with the denounces, they will take positions in the world saying that they will be me and they will dominate me. And studying, did you rehearsal? Sure we do. Rehearsal there, but shine and follows not given for Sodom and Gomorrah because of any other task and Thurs. No, Klero Maplech Vikacha Maplech Isfatlet Simatim started to organizing that generates all over. Universidad de Buenos Aires, Universidad Tecnológica Nacional, Universidad El Salvador Argentina, Universidad Kennedy Argentina, Universidad Católica Argentina, Universidad del Comahue, Universidad de Flores, Universidad de Palermo, Universidad de Belgrano, Universidad Maimónides, Universidad UCES de la empresa, and all over with schools, high schools, elementaries, and whatever to put in the same shit of them, and all over like permanently we're doing. And still thirsty for wording. Corrupting, organizing, saying, se las hemos de callado. Tribunales has the 96% are this class of shit. And all making business on, da un aplazamiento, porque ya se supo todo, manejemos todo, y hagamos de cuenta como que no pasó nada. Si dicen algo de lira, por supuesto. Everyone. Congress is exactly the same. Senate is the same. Presidents is the same. Government of the cities, all city halls, is the same. Latin America is the same. Calling the revivals, like I were about to say, for the whole of the ethnics. Rights to can kill and murder and killing and taking what they said for the patriot and rights of land, homeland. And still today there's two people making the same. Today I put it, the video that I couldn't put at the Monday saying that they will annul and they will show that they've done and they didn't allow me to be and to do because of they will ever possess my being and having rights to be me and not I. Given by evangelics Luciano Troviano and the president of Argentina, Cristina Kirchner, that she dared to do. The orders signated and saying that they could take and doing with me whatever they wanted. And with every one of mine. And Máximo Kirchner, Alicia Kirchner, Nestor Kirchner, Aníbal Fernández, and no one were not afraid of them. They are this shit. And they dice this shit ever after, and the whole class of them. So suddenly in the middle of this reality, the companionship is exactly evangelistas argentinos with a pardon of the 3%, the rest all are exactly this. And the victim, I've taken already the 95% away. Now, the reality of this is keeps on making the same old, and the ones of Luciano Troviano, the frightened ones, the destroyed ones, the abducted ones, the ill ones, with Narbi, saying that the Torah of Luciano Troviano will be the truthful Torah, and the Torah we have for millions and for thousands of years will be my forgery, Malay. I wouldn't exist like female and male gender. I wouldn't be Elieh, I wouldn't be Elieh, and Elieh would be just a fart of the hell that they will ever wear whenever they want. And it's exactly the picture that they give over the Torah that will be the official, which is the forgery of Luciano Troviano and Ejército Argentino, with them evangelics. Now the reality of this, Kirchner celebrates and keeps on making the same, and we're with Cuerpo Médico Forense, Cuerpo Criminalista Forense, y Criminalistas Científicos Argentinos, PJN, Fuerzas Armadas, Ejército Argentino, Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires, Presidencia de la Nación, with the PPIP, MT, PDC, PDK, PDB, PDPAP, PLICAMA, PLEDESPA, Kelgenim, while the first ever key on the password, the second, the fifth, and at the last for the pink Hamatzim and taking, oh, it's our cat, our cat Matsiva Blekovama, the account is ours, so we took it off. And with the whole that I will upload, generate, produce, and making, and not only to me, to the whole Jewish communities that they has as court for less humanity for commercializing rape, murder, and dispossess illegitimately, squatterly in institutions of government, but forgery and making up in a class of shit like now, making forgery about what I'm wearing, saying that I were not here, but blood chopping all around, the generados of them, about that they would, doesn't exist, it's never good. Oh my God, and we also lives because of we live, and everything it does is because of we exist. Oh my God, don't you see? He's nothing, we are all. Sodoma y Gomorra, Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, Gendarmería Nacional, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Policía Metropolitana, Fuerzas Armadas Argentinas, Kirchner Sol, Evangélicos Unidos. And saying my being, it's them, not me. Now, the reality is simple. The reality is simple. Yes, it is. I'm feeling really awkward. No, don't you record yet. Feeling awkward. And I come here, and you can see this icon right here. At the right side. And it's what I've done today, what I didn't do the first ones. Right with the front that we come as and the front camera. Front lekim al plus. Now, the reality is I wouldn't do it and this will be wrong because of they needs to hide, taking off, and using whatever the elements to saying that everything will be a crime of what they commence. And what they commence is we who genuinely real to be destroyed and murdered because of they ill shit of hell, abomination of Abraham, pedazo de perros enfermos, will say that has rights to be and nobody else but them, and they will determine who will be God, saying that they will have to fight a God for their win. And they leave. Because of they knows they are diablo tenía. Now, the reality of this is not religious. The reality of this is nothing like the believers in no condition of no psychiatry. The reality of this is mythomaniac trained for being mythomaniac, criminal degenerate son of a goddamn B word, which has a score and objective. This I just told you, disfigurating, manipulating, twisting, forging, organizing, and structuring and making artifact of the degenerates and criminals, saying for the patriot, and destroying me and destroying all Jewish and everyone associated, saying for the patriot, with the principles and purpose of abominable shit, and the rotten, smelly, goddamn shittest of all. Which the ones that said, I did it first, don't you see? He's repeating our words. The reason why I have done with manipulating my device, saying, we're recording now because of his lower, oh my god, how did it say? Data, how? Don't you see he blocks me out with my control? Well, supposedly they will use for that, for the spending less LG 195. Not Samsung Galaxy Chat. Now, the reality of this delivers the same clever and are all inside my accounts and making the clip-out, clipping, kleven, hamat, lekim, bohram, blepa, flikan, ram, metlesin, rabat, lechmasik, paklekim, kelrab, kema, ramesim, in the whole of the lacticam, baklekim, and remaplad, and klekimi, rabespot, lekim, and rabespad, lasashim, that I would do for the damaging them, myself, but also the reality is that I will command to do for the figuring it out, for the robbing money, but also this will be for the patriot, for they to do to me, for the giving me life and respect lessons for I to learn. Doing the same to every one of ours and the companies, Jewish companies, and the ones that they determinates that God can kill for the having what they has, for keeping the not pronounced, but even implies, which is exactly the textual every day that they says they do. It's exactly peronistas, kirchneristas, menemistas, dualdistas, evangelistas, perristas degenerados, Policía Federal Argentina, Ejército Armado Argentinos y todo perro degenerado Fuerza Armada, making this patriotic, reducida mierda, con brujos evangélicos, shit, to every one of us permanently, the whole nation with them, saying rights of state, rights of identity. Is what cuerpo forense criminalista, cuerpo médico forense dedicates to do with the jury rehearsal, don't you see, with promise hours they had to pay. They said that there is exactly that government of Israel should pay $884 million for damaging Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner and its government about robbing science and technology and medicine and the whole of the patrimony which were for the economy of the patriot of them, tazo de cuartas, over the word, Kirchner sold, and that I should pay them $29,000 for the damages to Cristina Kirchner and the whole of the government and to them. Because of they will have rights to be me. And Cristina, zorra criminal, judicida, genocida, criminal de cuarta, Kirchner, had rights to doing to me whatever she wanted because of she were a government. Y perrazos degenerados never stop until they do get dead. Keeps on manipulating and cuerpo de forense degenerados y degenerados de cuarta, UBA, UTN. And the whole shit associated, Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología, Ministerio de Justicia, Ministerio del Interior, Desarrollo Social, with them programmers keeps on destroying my account, saying, you're going to see what we show you. Everything is hacked. Nothing that you see here, it's his. It's all of our girls. They are doing this all, don't you see? And he pretends to show like if it will be him. And reproducing whatever I do too. And the Elishel's perras prostitutas criminales, Gomorra, still on Google Plus, with my name saying that they are me, and I pretend to be that I envy them. That I make the clever masahel givishwasi with them, and I make the competition pretending to be them. And now 1,204,804 perras enfermas saying that has right to take in my genetics and being royal queens of Israel. Saying that they will be the Elieh, me. And are all, I want that poetry. Oh no, give me the photo. Give me the thing of the sciences. What's my that? Give me that beauty. I want it. The singing. And perros de Guardacá are exactly with this, commercializing my life, and says in Thurs to saying that I offend them, and that I make crying and I wrath, and that praying and the whole evangelics gotta be helped. They were killing them all, and also they were robbing them and hiding everything, don't you know? And the whole marica reventada forense with the pardon of fire, and forgive me the words again, saying that, we come in here, we say what it's done. We don't accept no proof of nothing, no one to come to tell us nothing at all. We don't accept and decline at the condition. It's not approval. We will show with the pivotal voice of Argentina our expertises, and Evangelics shown everything already. So we don't accept, we put that away, it's unadmissible. Please, don't you dare. We come in and we're going to say what it is. The whole. But those. List of honors. And it's exactly what this Lendagen Kabarbasin, in other words, reventada, repodrida, sucia, carajo de tierra, provides so that everyone that wants to be respectable and real, and honest and clean, and to the world. And it's not a lie. And whoever comes to machito, malevo, mato, reventado, que se pudra en el infierno because of is undefensible. It's exactly this. And you will see 821,204,809 PPPDPXPOPR, each publishment, each function, each DMC scripting over my whole account, and for about 908,005 million each as Jewish and corporations of Jewish and GOV.IL over this. And the same doing to Mr. President Barack Obama, to Liaison office and to everybody. This class organized in the whole of the world, saying how and where and which they will take the world and the possessions and the people's lives and the governments, and saying, oh, this were us, nobody else will. Don't you see what they taught to us? They emptied us. HTTPS www.PIDBMC.PRTPXTPMTPID Nasiman, Nasimon, Nasimun, Monra, Nasi, Maparot, Arrubat, Amasem, Kirchners, Peronistas, Menemistas, Dualdistas, Evangelistas, Chavistas, Castristas, Machavistas, Tremotistas, Fenoveristas, Rumacistas, Rusistas, Lulistas, Demoristas, Moralistas, Rumeristas, Quesolistas, Usevistas, Chaveristas, Romesenistas, Pinochetistas, Quinoceristas, Rusetistas, Amasalistas, Gomenistas, Moshanistas, Subelistas, Enoteristas, Fernandistas, Misonetistas, Inlolitistas, Premistas, jonelistas, and benoreístas, sunelistas, crosselistas, middle, IRM, BMT, 481, middle, 805, middle, 29 diesels, the word diesels, middle, TCBID UNASUR, MDI 666, Pomecol, middle, Termos, Mensive, middle, tomamos al mundo y poseemos todo, tenemos derecho, le supimos hacer y le supimos cómo hacer. Tenemos a la PDXC 1319, big word about me, de Dios, y no lo vamos a soltar y vamos a gobernar el mundo y vamos a ser dioses en el reino de los cielos. Comunidad Kirchner, frente para la victoria. Sorry for this, I want to kill them. Middle, DMCITM 4143 PILKEL, el negocio del siglo, genética de oro para todo el mundo. Hacemos lo que se nos cante y el que nos dice no lo COG DMTRC5 y lo matamos y se acabó. Dice la República Argentina, somos los que mandamos y somos los machos de la DC41, llena de el DMTIC Plaxin 41, middle, para todo el mundo. El que no lo entiende lo COG DMT41 y se acabó. Kirchners. Middle, IRD, IRM, IRX 4143, DMI C4 60 Kamashpin 5, DNIC, middle CIS, middle TNIN, Adman 8.90, systems recall F5, F7, F9, and F19 on Arcel, the last engine KYVELZ and the last deep by Tipok, words in Ashebel. And HTTPS www PDRMT DMC middle 904 DIN cells command 4com 8186 middle EDI middle Alejandro Mario Blanco REDEMI leyenda, historia y verdad. No nos volvemos a perder y no perdemos lo que tenemos derecho a tomar. Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Policía Federal Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Servicio de Inteligencia del Estado, Policía Militar Aeronáutica, Fuerzas Armadas, PDRMC, somos el legado poderoso de la gloria y la DMIC 4143 del poder y no nos vamos a dejar avasallar ni denigrar. Middle, Homeland, Vinselben, middle, McCarthy, Shellcol, Shellval, 4143, middle, Roosevelt, Nancelon, middle, Hitler, Kashamud, 8481, middle, Identidad Argentina, Kirchners, Identidad Argentina, Ejército Argentino, no nos pisotean. 4341, middle CIS, ICPO 1.NT, systems recall, F6, the last stop, and HTTPS www.tpoltichem, Bisebol, Biseman, 6434841, Dimolam 8113, middle, Temalkim, middle, hacerle creer a todos que este es fruto de nuestra Tipersoftcom 5, middle, y que ninguno se escapó de nosotros porque siempre se la comió y siempre le gustó nuestra middle, el D4, DFAR Compact Latin 5, point, DM, middle, y siempre se la comerá porque es nuestra PDR4 del COM53 middle y nunca se librará de nosotros porque lo vamos a enfundar hasta las pelotas, ok, middle, DMC, y se la va a tener que bancar porque nosotros mandamos. Dice Ejército Argentino, Fuerzas Armadas y Kirchners. Los voy a poner muertos a todos, no voy a dejar uno vivo. DR4, C4, C5, middle, DMT 4143, Calmelón, BMC, parte de la historia argentina, somos próceres y nadie nos baja. DSMDRB, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Policía Federal Argentina, Servicio de Inteligencia del Estado, Fuerzas Armadas, PXICB, ICBAM, Middle CIS, Middle ODODEC, 94.INT, Systems Recall F7. Here is everything that I told you I will give you. You got everything. This is Thursday, the 17th, 2015, and I have a very hell in this screw, and I want to solve that. The hour now is 22:32. Forgive me the terms again, as tough as rude, that I shouldn't direct myself at no one of you, and neither to putting my name and my person at those terms. And I'm sick of this.